Congressman Becerra began his career in 1984 representing mentally ill people. Coming out of Stanford. It's okay, don't worry. We got Berkeley grads over here, so we almost canceled this because of that, but that's okay. Like I said, he began his career representing mentally ill people, and then went on to be elected in 1992 to the House of Representatives. Congressman Becerra has been a leader on various issues, including today. So without further ado, I'm going to bring the Congressman up here, and he's going to address all our supporters. Let's give it up to this Cal grad who went astray. Good morning, folks. I hope you are ready to do a little bit of work. The sun is shining. The stars were bright last night, and I think the stars are aligning for a victory for Barack Obama come February the 5th. How many of you have done this type of campaigning for the last 10 years? How many of you have done it for the last 2 years? How many of you are doing it for the first time? Okay, well, put your hands back up. How many of you are doing it for the first time? Okay, now everybody look around. This is why we're going to win on February the 5th, and this is why we're going to win in November, because Barack Obama has said something to the American people. He has said, you count.
Yes.
And even though most Americans have given up on politics, every once in a while, someone comes around who brings together that constellation of opportunities and says, we can do it. Yes, we can. And I don't know about you, but for me, this is something special. It's been 40 years since the state of California and its people has had a chance to really decide on the presidential side who would lead this country. 40 years ago, a man by the name of Bobby Kennedy swept into California, knowing that his hopes of changing the country rode on California. If he won the primary in 1968, he'd be able to move on. No one expected that Bobby Kennedy would be able to take on the political establishment and do what his brother had done just 8 years before. But here he came to California. Everywhere he went, you saw it in people's eyes. I love the photos, and you know you've seen them as well, where he would have his arm outstretched to say hello to someone, and there were probably 20 hands waiting to touch his. You were in the crowd. Well, 40 years has gone by since we had an opportunity to make a difference the way we could have back in 1968. Someone stole that from us in 1968. And then a few short months after that, they stole our spiritual being when Martin Luther King was gunned down as well. And 1968 is important for us in many respects. 40 years ago, someone tried to snuff out the light that Bobby Kennedy and Martin Luther King were trying to spread throughout this country. But 40 years later, in California, on February the 5th, we have a chance to tell the people of this country, and quite honestly the world, the spark's been lit. We are ready again. Now, I don't know about you, and now that I am now in my 16th year in the Congress, 2 years before then in the state legislature, I've seen many leaders. I've seen some very good leaders. Our last Democratic president, I think, was a good, great leader. And we need a good, great leader. And I guarantee you that whoever comes out of this Democratic primary will lead us well as a Democrat, whether it is Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton. And so we should be very proud as Democrats. I hope none of you feels that there's only one choice here. But there's a difference between having one choice and having the best choice. And this is what I want to convey to people, because I have great admiration for what Hillary Clinton has done in her life, not just as a senator. She has been a shining light. We need leaders. A leader takes us places where we'd like to be. But a transformational leader takes you where no one has gone before. A leader will speak truth to the people. A transformational leader will speak truth to power. A leader will lift us all up and lift our hopes. A transformational leader will lift up people who have never had hope or opportunity in their life. A leader can learn to do right for us. A transformational leader must be born with that opportunity to do that for us. Barack Obama was born a young man, I like to tell people, son of an immigrant, an individual who can tell us about the white experience and the black experience of America. He can talk to us about what he did as a Harvard Law graduate, going to work in community organizations rather than corporate America. And so his experience is one where Wall Street would have loved to have had him, but mainstream was lucky to get him. And so, ladies and gentlemen, a transformational leader has decided to step forward and do something for us. It's been 40 years since we had this tingle in our hands, since we had that sparkle in our eyes. It's been 40 years since we really believed that we as Californians could once again lead the way for the United States of America. And so I ask you, do you feel that tingle? Yeah! Do you see the sparkle in the eye? Yeah! Do you believe in Barack Obama? Yeah! Do you think we'll win? Yeah! Will we win? Yeah! Then you are ready to go out and walk and talk to all those Californians who know that something's going on. They don't know how to express it, but I tell you this, tell them to read what the LA Times will say tomorrow morning when they endorse Barack Obama for president. If you run into a home of Spanish speakers, tell them to read La Opinión, the largest Spanish language newspaper in America, which today has also come out endorsing Barack Obama. But beyond the LA Times, beyond La Opinión, tell them what you, the people who have not been campaigning for 10 years, not been campaigning for 2 years, but this year said, I must go out and campaign. Just like you who are at your home, I must tell you what I am feeling, because this is a different day. This is not your daddy's old campaign. This is a new campaign. This is about tomorrow. This is about the children who are here, because we're going to say to them, we see the moment, the window has opened. It doesn't always open. We're going to jump, because we know what we had 40 years ago that was taken from us, and we're not going to let it happen again. Don't let that feeling go away. Don't believe the polls. The polls today are telling us that Barack is climbing, but guess what? Do not be fooled. We are the underdogs. The establishment has a lot of power. We are the underdogs. Their campaign rallies don't have you. They have the folks who do this year in, year out and get paid to do it. We have you. There is nothing that money can buy that we have here. And so please convey that to all those folks who feel that tingle, have that sparkle in their eye, but don't know how to quite put it together. Let them know that on February 5th, it's all coming together, because Barack Obama will say to the world, and we will say it with them, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let me hear it. Yes, we can. 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 Go out and walk. Make us proud. Let Barack Obama know that he doesn't have to be here in California for us to win. We will do it for him. Thank you very much.